Cold. To the carbonation in my belly full of gas that's going to increase inter-abdominal pressure. So actually, it's actually quite scientific that Monster is good for you. good for lift. Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, that's my max for today.
You can blame that.
It is a chilly Texas morning, and I am going down to my buddies Ryan and Jenny's place for some fitness. Hopefully, we'll have a silly goose time. Stay tuned.
What up, though? Here we are. Hey, I have a proposition for you.
What you got?
It's early in the morning. Do you want to shotgun one of these with me?
Oh, Jesus.
Cold. Look at these dogs. Look at them. 2 dogs just rip-roaring around, going through doggy doors and whatnot. Oh yeah, I kind of remember how this goes.
When did you start doing CrossFit?
I always say my CrossFit career started in March 2016, but because that's when my wrestling career ended,
Yeah.
that's when I retired from wrestling. The end of my wrestling career, I was doing the open. So my first open was during wrestling season. And I didn't do that bad. All things, like I hadn't done like a muscle up or a chest to bar pull up for, probably 6 months. So, but I started CrossFit, I had muscle ups, I had most of all the things.
Yeah.
Just like wasn't good at them yet.
Yeah.
And I was really strong.
Yeah.
Like squat, bench, deadlift, especially my snatch was not there yet. Here we are all warmed up. My first heavy day snatching back for a while, 205. Haven't really touched a barbell in a few months. That one felt pretty good and smooth. 70 pounds to go. And here's Ryan. Ryan with this one in the second pull, you can see a little bit of gap in between his thighs and the barbell. Working on fixing that today. This second set right here was a lot better for him. Just made contact a little bit low, but much better in the second pull, keeping it close. Alright, so here is where I started to have some fun. Threw my belt on underneath my shirt so no one can see and make fun of me. 225. Not too bad at all. Stepping forward, but that's usually just because I'm kind of excited when I get under a barbell. I just kind of pop up a little bit faster than I probably should. And here's where Ryan, this is like 95% for him.
Nice.
Started to struggle, overhead stability. Overall good snatch. We are at 235. Again. No, the monster, shotgunning the monster, the caffeine for explosivity, right? And number 2, the carbonation in my belly full of gas that's going to increase inter-abdominal pressure. So actually, it's actually quite scientific that monster is good for you. Good. Here we are, 245, shaking the nerves out. Notice I moved the barbell facing the other direction because there was a mirror on the other side that was kind of freaking me out. A little tiny step forward, still felt pretty damn good to get under some weight like that. You can see Ryan,
shoulders.
The snatch is there, just overhead stability not quite there yet. He did like 150 push presses the day before. All right, 255, here we go, first attempt. Oh, just missed it. My hips shot up a little bit too quick. The message for me on this one was just have fun. We're here to have fun. Let's do it. So 255, kept my hips a little bit lower on this one through the first pull.
There you go.
felt pretty damn good. Caught that one at just about the bottom hole. Low as you can catch it. All right. And here is our workout for the day. We did a chipper, partner chipper, 40 box step overs, 40 deadlifts at 255. So just pulled my snatch, just pulled my snatch weight. And then we did 150 pound sandbag over shoulders for 20 reps, which I thought might have been too few, but Ryan was really, really struggling. And then we did some GHD sit-ups. We did 40 GHD sit-ups for 12 minutes. And you notice my technique. This is like the perfect technique, and not everyone has really figured it out yet. I'm not really sure why. I always like sharing it with people whenever I do box step overs. So you want to step with the near foot and then cross over. You can see Ryan, pretty bold move here. He's stepping up only with his right leg. I forgot to ask him how his right butt cheek was feeling the next day, because he was pretty much only stepping up with the right leg. I think Ryan's finishing up here. And we're about to get into the sandbag over shoulders, 150 pounds. This is like a classic wrestler, strongman sort of thing. You can see my technique when I get the sandbag over. So I decided to take a few reps from him here just because he had just finished those deadlifts. I know how I felt when I finished my last set of 10 or whatever we were doing. So you notice I'm rolling the sandbag. It's not the greatest thing for your knuckles, but I'm rolling the sandbag onto my hand. It gives me a little bit extra leverage where I can pick it up. Really, really starting to struggle. So I think I saw that rep and I may have finished it for him, yeah. Now this is where doing a team workout, partner workout with me, it takes a few times to get used to, because I don't think I even said anything to him. I think I just pointed over at the GHD. might have grunted, and usually whoever I'm doing a partner workout with picks it out, but sometimes it doesn't go as smoothly as it does here. So GHD sit-up technique. I forgot to mention this when Ryan was doing these, but you can kind of tell from this angle that his knees are bent. So he's using all of his psoas, his iliopsoas, his hip flexor muscles to jerk himself up, and then kind of pulling up with his hamstrings. And you'll see the effects of that later. Number one, you don't really want to use your hip flexors here, and it takes a lot more of a toll on your abs to make up for the lack of rectus femoris contraction here. So what you want to think when you're doing these GHD sit-ups is you want to try and almost kick your foot into that top pad and really squeeze your quad muscles, because that's what's going to propel you up. Your rectus femoris muscle is your like center quad muscle, and it's actually not contracted when you do a squat as much as your other quad muscles are. So it's the big center one. You notice when you do a lot of squats, your pain is on the outside of your quads, the vastus medialis and vastus lateralis, because your rectus femoris is actually more of a hip flexion muscle, because it connects into your patella, right, which eventually goes into your tibial tuberosity, but it also goes up into your pelvis, which the other quad muscles, the vastus medialis and vastus lateralis, the other main quad muscles, right, go into your femur. They're only responsible for knee flexion. So when you depend more upon your iliopsoas and your abdominals, not only does it make your abs really, really sore, but it also will blow up your hamstrings, which you'll see the results of later. And it's going to put some compression on your spine that you probably shouldn't be putting it under, because you're reaching back into extension contracting your psoas, and your psoas actually connects into your lumbar spine from your femur. So it's something you really want to try to avoid, unless of course your rectus femoris, your quads are blown out, and you're doing it for points. In that case, then feel free to. Yeah, you can see his abs are kind of giving up. You know, the abs aren't really meant to aren't really designed to do contractions like that over and over. Your quads are definitely more suited structurally and just muscle fiber wise, a lot better suited to contract in that fashion. And you can see when I really squeeze my quads there and kind of pop myself up, it's a much faster rep. It's more taxing on your quads, but hey, that's what they're there for. You don't really need your rectus femoris for squatting as much, for knee extension as much as you do the other quad muscles. So it's a much more efficient, faster, safer, healthier way to do your GHD sit-ups. So we just finished up those 40 GHD sit-ups. And I was pretty tired, and I'm like, damn, Ryan's killing it. He's, because I'm pretty tired, and he looks like he's not that tired yet until he got to those box step overs. He got those baby giraffe legs. I asked him after if he does a lot of box step over, and he's like, well, I've never done them with that much weight before. I was like, oh my gosh, you did. This is the first time you did 100 pound. And he was like, yeah, that was the first time I've done that heavy of box step overs, and we did it in this big crazy heavy stupid workout. So I finished those set of 40. And I think we were pretty much running out of time. I was chalking up just in case, but Ryan really was, I mean, he's a great deadlifter. He's gripping it and ripping it. A little bit of a hitch there, and that's all she wrote. Pound it.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Let me turn it around. Thank you, Ryan, for working out with me today. It was a fun time. You can follow him at, do you know what your Instagram is?
Garner 92.
That's what's up. See y'all next time.